IVM.
Stories, we've got stories. They're a little bit of funny and a little bit of December. You wanna hear them? It's got humans. They're sitting in a box and talking roll at Varta Lab.
Thankfully, we're rolling on time
On
today.
time today. What the fuck is
Yeah,
happening?
yeah, it's beautiful. Sometimes when everything goes right, you feel happy. You know what I mean? Welcome to Varta Lab. Myself, Aakash, his self, Navin.
Yeah.
And with us, Vishaal.
Yeah.
How's it
Yeah.
going, man?
Good, man. Good,
It's been a while.
Good. Have you strategically called me just after you got married?
No, I have not. We've been trying to get you for a while, as you know.
Yeah.
This
Last
season,
week was supposed to be your episode.
Yeah. But
Right before the wedding, actually.
Yeah, but everything got... No, right after the wedding also.
Actually,
Because our great producer Sparsh managed to schedule it without confirming anything. And I was like, bro, mera abhi shaadi, rukna zara.
Yeah, I remember. I'm going to save that voice note though. You know? I got this voice note. He's like, bro, मैं अभी check out हुआ हूँ.
yeah, that was Aakash to the week.
I was just exhausted.
But what's interesting is like on my work board, okay, there's a work board, everybody has one. If you don't have one, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
But I have like, so there's a show that Aakash and I want to write, okay, we've been talking about for a year and I've strategically put after wedding over there in brackets, which means that now we have to start working on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but there's post-wedding rituals also to be completed.
We just completed one today, which is why my wife is in the studio.
So how long does it last though? Because I really don't know.
Dude, it's like a whole mess. It was a hybrid wedding. She's Bengali, I'm Gujarati. So there was a whole, Gujarati weddings only have 4 fera.
Of
We don't
course.
have the 7 because we're like, who wants to waste 3 feras?
Yeah.
But this was 7. And then usme bhi there was some time dilation that happened in the middle. So between the 3rd and the 4th fera, you're supposed to switch, like the guy goes ahead. But the pandit was like, fuck this shit. और मेरा बीबी भी एकदम जोश में, तो हम लोग धड़ 7 राउंड ले लिया. मेरा फैमिली खाना खा रहा है.
Yeah.
क्योंकि उनको पता ही नहीं है कि फेरा शुरू हो
We
गया
were
है.
counting and we're like, is it 4, is it 5? We don't know right now. It's like, what's happening?
It was a...
Man, this is what I find so strange, right? Because
Yeah.
I do weddings. Now, sorry, just very blatant. But the thing was that when like Catholic weddings, for example, we can't move during the ceremony also, right? We're in church and we've got to like really pretend like we're praying also if we are from time to time. These weddings, I remember, like you do everything great for every other party, but the wedding, right? It's only the family, everyone's having samosa, bro.
But that's what it's supposed to be like. Like, the only people who want to watch the fera are really old people, right? Who can't get up and eat samosas themselves anyway. That's why we have a Zoom link. Like, who do you think is watching that live Zoom link for the bloody wedding?
Did you do one?
Yeah, we did a YouTube live link. And it's all the old people in my family who couldn't make it. They were all like, oh, it was so beautiful. It was so...
Yeah. And the stream was playing live in the venue also,
Yeah.
and I could see ourselves because we were passing bottles around. Like there was 3 bottles of metal containers of sorts with certain things inside.
You know, the thing is that I'm such an IVM simp, right? Because I listen to you guys, I listen to Cyrus's show.
Yeah.
And it's like I know all of you even without meeting you guys.
Yeah.
So we don't like Sparsh.
You know the walls.
Yeah, I know all of this. I also like I know the entire thing about how your mom's paying for a part of the wedding. I know this very like I know you guys without
12.5%,
meeting you guys.
So you were there without being there, essentially.
Yeah. I just wanted to share something that happened to me over the weekend. I found a old message. So Sparsh, our producer, he shared one of the things, and then I just happened to look at the share, and I've scrolled up, and I saw an old message from 2020.
Okay.
From
Wow.
2020, 2nd October, Gandhiji's birthday. Guys, 2/10/2020.
He has no memory of this.
This
That's
is
too cute.
before IVM. Sparsh had sent me a message.
Come, Sparsh. I want you to be in the frame.
I want you to be in the frame while I read this out.
Sit.
So
Also
this is,
because
I
your
don't know
story.
what I had posted, something depressive only probably. And he said, hey man, I saw your community post on YouTube RN. And I'm not really sure that if you'd see this message or not, but I really want to let you know your vlogs are actually the ones that I dig all the time.
Ooh.
With 2 exclamation marks. I love them and will always do. Okay.
If you keep on doing that.
And anything that I say about the AMF podcast is not going to be enough. You're damn intellectual, humorous, and a great songwriter too. I hope that the crowdfunding goes well and you drop the album super soon. And also, I hope Tisi Tara, you continue with the AMF podcast. Much love, man. Oh,
All of these things happened.
Yeah, of course.
More or less.
little did he know. Little
I
did
have to work
Never
with
meet your heroes, Sparsh. They will ask you for samosas.
Yeah.
They will not be your heroes anymore. Can be one
Yeah,
of the
what is your thought now?
It's same
That's
only.
what I want to know.
It's same only. Well, I agree with my past self.
Yeah.
But after that, it's okay. I mean, things are there. I do it, and we are going.
This is falling in love essentially.
This is, yeah, that's what
yeah,
it is.
exactly.
This is true love. That's what I mean. Yeah.
I checked
why
out
were
the
you in a
message a
dicky?
month ago.
Yeah, why were you in a dicky?
Why were you in a dicky?
Today he messaged us saying some shit and then he's like, I was in a car dicky right
What?
now.
So we are shooting something with Cyrus.
You were missing your days in Noida, no? Just be honest.
I used to come back from college, get kidnapped, then mummy अभी रुको आ रहा हूँ. गाड़ी में घूमना
कितना
है.
चाहिए इसके लिए? Is it worth it? You know, if it's in Gurgaon, I'm not coming to get him.
नहीं, किडनैपर वापस देगा भाई मैडम कंडीशनर कॉस्ट ही बहुत ज्यादा है इसका.
तो
हाँ, so
permanently थोड़ी ना होता.
why were you in a dicky?
So we are shooting something with Cyrus. It's not something that I can like reveal right now.
Ooh.
But we are doing something that involves a car. And a car is the studio, then the dicky is the producer control. So yeah, that's the only information that I can give right now.
Okay, fair.
On air.
Okay, go now.
Thank you.
Be
Ruining
gone.
my fucking angle.
Fucking Sparsh.
But speaking of this, like, what he went through, we went to something similar in our shoot. We were shooting across
Yeah.
South India recently, and we had car shots, and usually when we have like DPs behind cars and on the sides or whatever,
Yeah.
because on the road shots we want to get the POV shots or whatever. But to get that, we had to keep like 4 GoPros in the car, and they had to be controlled by 4 phones,
Yeah.
which our DOP was in the Ankit Matre, our DOP was in the dicky of the car.
Wow.
Like he was literally behind the people
Yeah.
being shot and constantly on a walkie telling us ki if we're getting the footage or if we're not getting the footage. For miles, that guy just was truncated in a small
no.
space
Yeah.
doing that. DPs, man, they fucking
This
go
is
through
like
it.
the Skoda ad that I did. The poor DP, like he was fucking in the back seat laying down
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the gap between the back seat and the front seat.
Yeah.
And because I'm tall, the front seat was like thoda पीछे, तो वो बेचारा ऐसा like सांस रोक के, you know, he's like okay ले लो पीछे ले लो, like he was literally
Man,
doing
that's
that.
some unreal commitment.
और उसके बाद मैं गाड़ी चलाता
Yeah, that's how smuggle fucking
Yeah.
Mexicans into America in that much space.
Okay, if you're listening and you don't know who Vishaal is somebody I knew from when I was in degree college. We were both in college.
Do you know
and,
when?
Huh?
Do you remember when?
Umang.
Umang, yeah.
Yeah.
But you remember which? So, quick story. I don't,
Yeah.
Have you told him the story? That
No,
we,
no, I
so,
haven't done this.
So, we met at this competition. Because I think that time he was in law college.
Mm-hmm.
And
That time मतलब वही की college में था वो.
हाँ, वही.
उसने law ही किया ना office. Even your wife is like what?
And I remember we had to make some presentation and
Yeah.
some legal thing and all of that. And we were the 2 favorites of the competition.
Oh, nice.
And both of us didn't win.
Yeah. And it sucked. And you know who won? Fucking NM won.
Yeah.
Because NM wins everything at Umang. We are on to you, NM students, cheating at Umang every year. God damn it. But we kept in touch, and it was just great to see because, like, you know, when you're in a non-conventional field and you see someone who's also like in college but doing something non-conventional, you're like, hush. Like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not. And then one day he had put up a photo. I don't know if you remember the photo. You had put up a photo either of the house keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had put
Yeah.
up a photo of house keys saying, I finally bought a flat for my mom. And I was like, man, chod. Like, he made it. You
I
know
didn't
what
buy
I
a
mean?
flat for my mom. Quick correction, I bought it for myself.
But you bought a flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just amazed. Ki, like,
Mom had to stay somewhere, no?
Yeah.
Like, can't be like, I'm going home, mom. You find your own. Why don't you go to college events also? If you want to get ahead in life. Dude, my mom has this thing where she like way back, okay, when I was a fucking child, okay,
Yeah.
no pressure, but I was a child and she's like, I had this dream where you are showing us a new house. This was such a big house. The godmother
Yeah.
and I came and we got tired because there were so many floors we couldn't take a round of the house also.
Wow.
Man, Mangalorean moms are dreaming the same thing, dude.
Yeah. Property, real estate is what Mangalorean family wants. Nothing else, dude. Nothing else.
My granddad, when I was a kid, made me promise him that I would give him 4 cars. And as I grew older, I realized that minor के साथ contract नहीं होता है valid. But he still pressed on. Like, he was like, कब मिलेगा मेरा 4 गाड़ी? कब मिलेगा मेरा? Like, I closed the Netflix show. My granddad was the one like, हाँ, तो अभी तो 4 गाड़ी में से 2 तो आ जाएगा.
It's like कौन सा ambassador rate लेके चल रहा है अभी तक यार दादाजी life. They are like कि हाँ मतलब मिर्ची मिलता रहेगा 1 रुपए में 50 किलो. Like that's how they think right now. It's not times have changed दादाजी.
You know, when my grandmom was very sick, we had just going through her stuff and all, you know, just to keep everything in place. And there we found this notebook where it was a journal of expenses that she made. And there was this one entry that she did where she was like, Diwali. You know, like ऊपर ऐसे बड़े में लिखा है Diwali expenses, right? And गुजराती में लिखा है पूरा. And it's like 8 बच्चों के फटाके 8.5 रुपए.
Yeah.
16 लोग का खाना 4.5 रुपए. Like, you know, it was ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
Now I don't blame them for being like everything is expensive, because it must be hard to get used to the fact that, you know, now your Kapoor ka piece is now 150 rupees when it used to be 6 paise.
When lemon became expensive, my jaw dropped because like dude,
There was like a crisis everywhere.
yeah,
right?
like lemon is just lemon, dude. Like
Yeah.
my guy will put 2 in extra because nobody's buying that day.
Yeah.
Man, there was a time where you used to go to restaurants and they'd charge you extra for like cut onions and stuff like that. I don't know if they still do that.
Dude, there was a time where they used to give you radish instead of onion, dude.
Yeah.
Like as if that was some normal fucking shit. And I used to be like, bro, मेरे को पैसा लेके दे दे. And you'd be like, नहीं, है ही नहीं, प्याज है ही नहीं.
Yeah.
It would be very- This was way back when Sharad Pawar was irrigation minister. Yeah. Since then, though, obviously the country has changed and everything's better and nothing's bad at all in this country. Yay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everything's great. It's perfect now.
But tell us a story about the house, man. Like it's such a dream come true in many ways.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was just like this thing that I wanted to do when I turned 25, and as usual, like my parents know how to find a deal. So they skimmed the world, and then somehow they got this. They said, "Hey, this is available if you want to pick it up." Man, but I have to tell you this: buying a house is so like
गान फटाना एकदम.
man, it's not even like leave the money aside. Just the process is so tough.
Yeah.
Like it's so tough. So, and I bought it in Bangalore. So everything's in Kannada. Everything's in Kannada.
Yeah.
Like everything. And some of the processes are illegal also, you know.
Yeah.
Like they will not allow you to enter the office without.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You know.
Little heart rubbing.
Little help.
Yeah, little sanitizer.
It's like, you know, when we got married, all the building का watchman was like, हमें क्या मिलेगा? And I was like, तुम्हें क्या मिलेगा? I don't know. And then my mom was like, उनको पैसा मिलेगा. Oh, okay, I guess so.
तुम्हें स्वीट की चाबियां मिलेगी आ जाओ लाइव सेशन देखने के लिए. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, so it was great, but I mean in hindsight I get why it was so important to buy something, but yeah, that was technically there was nothing. I mean, it lasted for like a month, the happiness, and that was it.
That's what usually happens with dreams, no?
Yeah.
Like you dream to perform in a certain venue or some shit, and then you perform in the venue, and while you're performing, your brain is like, ये तो ठीक
हाँ,
है.
वैसे ही
Like,
था, normally था.
Oh man, I agree, right? I feel there were a list of things that I wanted to do, which I think I'm doing now because I manifested it slowly.
Yeah.
And that is it. Like the moment it happens, वो खुशी रहता है 1 घंटे के लिए, then you move on to the next one.
Yeah.
You know.
Like I also wanted to work with Vice.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is so cool.
Yeah. Like, I remember like as a young gay kid watching all these New York leather scene stories and all, I'm like, I want to do queer stories for Vice, and I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
But now when you get bogged down by like the nitty-gritties of it, कि ये नहीं shoot कर सकते, वो नहीं shoot कर सकते, I understand their stance when in India right now.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, what happened, man? Your Vice, your guy went to North Korea.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know,
dude, like, okay.
it's so funny you
Okay,
mentioned
Vice, I
that.
still love you, but like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like,
It's so funny you mentioned that. I remember during the lockdown, I went into this really deep hole of North Korea. Like I just went into like reading about it and stuff. I don't even know why. It's very random information, but
yeah, lockdown में what else do you have to
but
do?
Vice had so many documentaries on this stuff, bro. It was like
Yeah. Did you see
Crazy.
the Vice documentary where they do an interview with a cannibal?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a Japanese cannibal guy.
no,
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh man, most underwhelming and overwhelming thing I've seen ever. Like पूरा time you're almost like कि अभी ये reporter को खाएगा, अभी ये reporter को.
Yeah.
Sometimes Vice tries very hard. Like sometimes na, like they'll be reporting something and the on-ground reporter is like, all right, is it gonna go down? Is it gonna go down? And the guy's like, dude, chill na, क्या है? मतलब मिल रहा है अभी, हो रहा है, रुक ना, 2
Have you
minutes.
seen that video of like a guy, like how Vice writes his articles and he closes his eyes and throws 3 dildos on the wall. One is location, one is drug, and one is underprivileged community, essentially. So he throws. So like let's hear about how trans women in Colombia are getting hooked on to ketamine. Anything. Shit. Yeah, it's good fun. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
But hey, y'all have a lot in common in the sense that you both hosted predominantly. Like a lot of hosting
Yeah.
y'all have
Also,
both
we
done.
have Hindu first names and
Yeah,
Catholic last names.
Yeah.
So our parents thought in advance how to keep us safe.
Yeah.
Akhand Bharat mein, you know.
Did you grow up in Bombay as well?
No. So I grew up here, and then my dad was in the Gulf, of course. So everyone, it's the same trajectory.
Yeah,
man. Like
they must have met. My parents must have met your parents
100%.
at some house party.
We were in
eating pork.
different Arab countries, but maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
But I grew up in Oman for a large amount of time, and then came back here. So everyone transferred and stuff like that. And then my 9th and 10th standard was here. That was
okay.
Yeah. But so I was in fact training for the Air Force. Like that's what I wanted to do. That was my first dream. Like I wanted to join the Air Force because my godfather was an ex-Navy Commodore. So for me, that was like the ultimate dream. But I have flat feet. For some reason, they don't allow it.
Yeah, dude, same.
Yeah.
Like this is me and Meet and I were like full army all through school, and then the minute I realized flat feet, I was like, fuck it.
Man, I remember, so there was a training center, like a pre-training center by this ex-captain of the army in Chembur. And I used to go from Malad to Chembur at 4 a.m. in the morning just to like go. And man, I would totally understand how they would cause pain to you, like it's crazy. Like they would pull like your side locks and stuff if you did not sit straight and all. Like it's proper conditioning.
Yeah.
You will not do this thing. So, but the eventual dream was it didn't work out, right? Because flat feet, you can't do anything only uska. So then you moved in. I realized I can't become a doctor. I can't become an engineer. Yeah, that's not my
What's
scene.
flat feet got to do with those professions?
No. I said like
I'm just kidding. Like, I can't check your pulse with my feet or construct buildings.
नहीं वो pulse check कर रहा है पर flat आ रहा है.
Then you strip all clothes and you go to the water. And I'm a duck now. I'm just like fucking. I'm just gonna waddle away into the horizon. Mad duck.
But then how did hosting and stuff start? Like, was it degree college?
I was in Bhavans.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the only reason I got to go on stage was this professor comes up to me and says, Vishal, tujhe English aata hai achhe se, tu ja stage par zara ye kar ke. That was it. That is the start of this. Like there's nothing, there's no manifestation. I just accidentally stumbled onto it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. Because like you must have noticed also, our only reference to an MC was that uncle who'd do it on the weekends, as a pastime at weddings.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And he'd wear like this really ugly tie and that's what he'd do. Like it'll be some bizarre shit.
Yeah.
And that was all I knew about an MC, bro. Like I didn't even know this thing existed.
Yeah.
Slowly as it happened, like I did college festivals for like 3 years, 3-4 years. I still do them sometimes. But I did all of them for free just to figure what I can actually do here. Then eventually weddings happened and then I decided I want to pivot into weddings. And all. But the start was just tujhe English aata hai achhe se. That's
What does a host do? Because that's always like I get that you're the one who's pumping up the energy, like the proper master of ceremonies, making sure everything is smooth and all.
If you would have called me for your wedding, then you would have known.
But we didn't have a host in the wedding.
There's no hosting at these weddings.
There's no hosting in these weddings. There's just but by the way, if I wouldn't have, because Andy Regu had asked me at least 5,000 times if he could do a spot at my wedding.
Oh, man.
He was. I told him, nahi, शादी के पहले just my aunts are doing a dance. He's like, हाँ, उसको मैं करेगा ना introduce. I was like, नहीं. Then he was like, अच्छा तुम लोग फेरा लेगा तभी मैं explain करेगा क्या हो रहा है. I said, you don't speak Bengali. He's like, हाँ तो क्या हुआ मैं सीख लेगा. So
Andy Regu came with a plate to your wedding. The reception party.
That's the second time I've heard this.
It's a thing he does where he just goes with a plate. And if you want to find out what happens with the plate, go to Andy's Instagram. It's very random, dude. It's very random. Also 40 years old. I never knew Andy Regu is fucking 40. I'm like, if I ever want to be like what I don't want to be at 40, I look at Andy Regu. It's a joke. But no, I coming back to the hosting part. There was an uncle called Joe Uncle in our church. He's still around. And
he's in every church. There is a Joe Uncle
in every church. He's Joseph or he's a Joachim, but he's a Joe.
Yeah, he's a Joe. Yeah. My guitar server is a Joe Uncle.
Mine was Camellias. I've told about Camellias, sir. But no, Joe Uncle was at every party in a church around the area. Sometimes like we have gone to a third cousin's wedding and he's there also. I'm like, fuck, what are you doing here, man? Just Narad Muni types just appears everywhere. And Joe Uncle had one joke, which he did at every party.
And he would,
Okay, and
would it kill though every time?
Man, depends on how many people have seen him for the first time or whatever, right? The ones who had seen him already would like verbatim repeat it just to like make fun of him. Basically, the joke was that this guy once goes to the hotel and asks for vada. Okay, the waiter brings the vada and he opens the vada outside thing and eats the masala. Okay, and you must have heard this joke. So this happens for like 7 days and the waiter's like perplexed, what's happening? After the 8th day, he comes, he eats the entire vada fully. And the waiter's like, what happened? Why you only eating like outside ka? You removed all this time. And the doctor ne bola, baar ka nahi khane ka. Okay, that's the joke. That's the joke. He did it at every function before the food counter started. It's like कि बाहर का हो या अंदर का हो, आप लोग दिल खोल के खाने का. then the couple would quietly go and he would do this thing every time, dude. Oh shit. So that's why when I started doing in my church, I'm like, I don't want to do any of this shit. I don't want to do pre-rehearsed jokes or whatever.
Yeah.
Because like pretty much improvising my way through life. Just like making fun of like somebody's outfit or like somebody being weird or whatever. Just like, having innovative spot prizes or whatever, contesting on that. So that's why more people start hiring me.
Okay.
So I think there's a bit of jealousy and but
Did Joe Uncle try to take your business away?
no. I was doing way better. Like then I had migrated from the Mira buying the economy to like outside of buying also.
Yeah.
So like I feel like he does feel a little jealous that I kind of took off because he was there at my dad's anniversary also. Same joke he did there also. You might have a video
so
tape.
that's the thing, right? Like with weddings, I figured out, like in my entire career now, it's been what 8 years now.
Yeah.
I've done what 8 or 9 Catholic weddings. Not done more than that.
Yeah.
Because of the repetition. Like it's always the same thing. The same format, the same thing. Like nobody's doing anything different. And then I got exposed to this whole new world where people were doing different things here.
Right.
And then just people were open to ideas and stuff.
But like, what can you do? Like, I'm really perplexed as to what you can do different in a wedding. Like, what can...
So I figured that if I go in just as an MC, right, everyone's just going to do the same thing. Like you'll say the same jokes, you'll say the same thing, because every audience is different. So what I decided to do is I decided to say, hey, if you're doing a 3-day wedding, so I don't do like single functions and all, I do like a 3-day wedding, spread the experience on like different days. So you have a welcome dinner, you have like a mehndi, a sangeet.
So then you're also like planning the wedding out for
I'm planning
them.
the entertainment for the wedding.
Yeah, that's the main function of the MC. More than keeping it together, it's mainly making sure that everything happens in a flow that is tangible, which is not like abhi dula aega, abhi dulan ka kapda change hoega. Doesn't make sense, right? You have to have like some form of like, why are they here? What are they doing at this point? And how do we go from this point to this point without causing too much chaos?
Right.
In fact, so I was always thinking that, am I putting in too much effort in this thing? And then strangely, I was listening to some podcast you were doing.
Okay.
And you said this exact same thing, and I felt, I'm not doing, like I'm going the right path. It's just very strange. It just kept falling into place.
Yeah.
But the idea was that, everything can be done differently all around the wedding, and then that's what you want to change.
Right.
Like, like the Sangeet, for example. Otherwise, you're going to do the same thing. Now, I realized when I started hosting for Dubai-based audiences, they have a whole different way of looking at Sangeet.
Yeah.
Because the Dubai Sindhis, they have Indian Sindhis and Pakistani Sindhis also.
Yeah.
And they have different outlooks to this whole thing. It's so great to see, Somewhere deep down, Bollywood unites all of us.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's true.
This previous wedding that I did in Phuket in July, half the side was from the Caribbean, half the side was from Philippines. Bro.
Wow.
And they're more...
But Indians from the
Indians.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Like
Punjabi,
they were the ones who were taken
Punjabi and Sindhi,
yeah.
Okay, Caribbean, Saint Martin. I've never even heard of the island. Okay, and sorry, but but suddenly these guys are more Bollywood than us, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. It's so nice to see, and they wanted the whole experience, the Sangeet, everything. So you just have to coach them through it and do all of that, and it's good fun, man.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Yeah, there's an entire account in Africa. Somewhere like in some village, there's a couple who just like are living in a mud hut and they do, the entire TikTok is just that.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Dekha to ye cha. And he's lip syncing perfectly, okay? Like koi kahe kehta rahe. He's doing all of that. It's just like verb. And Bollywood is one of those things, right? Like I remember watching like old Shahrukh documentaries where like he's going to Singapore, he's going to like London and like riding over people. Like he's a superstar over there.
Love him.
When I was a kid, we had gone to Indonesia because it was the cheapest Southeast Asian country you could go to at the time, right? Because 1 rupee is some fucking 7 million rupees or whatever. And every single place we went to, it was like India.
Shah Rukh Khan.
And fucking everyone would do the straight up going to the pose, like
Bro,
just straight up.
I'm telling you, this man is something else only. Like I don't, so I had the opportunity to do a small thing, like a small set, because I was hosting with Chetas at the time, and small set at his 50th birthday at Land's End. Bro, this man is something else only. I'm telling you, this guy, so on his 50th birthday, got, I think, one of his fan clubs called IMSRK, all right? People have flown in from different parts of the world. Like I'm talking about countries like Moldova, and there's a 70-year-old woman come from Bulgaria, that kind, like old, and she's crying.
Yeah.
And he's gotten all these guys in the ballroom, got them to sit down. He said, you don't get up, I'll sit down right here. and you can talk to me. And he spoke to them for an hour and a
Yeah,
half,
yeah, yeah.
man. This is the world's
Crazy.
biggest
Yeah.
superstar.
It's like when we were working on the Kapil Wala special, he was telling this, he does a story about going to Shah Rukh's house, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, he enters the house, he's a little drunk with his cousin and whatever.
I know
like,
the
yeah,
story.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, you go into the party and Shah Rukh is like looking impeccable and dancing and like just being fabulous. And the first thing that came out of his mouth, even in the writing session, was like, यार मैं मानने को तैयार नहीं था कि घर पे भी ये शाहरुख ही है. You know, like he's always on, like he's always that good.
Man,
Yeah.
he's just a, like, you want to look at him and you just want to like there's something about him. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just, I don't know if it's a God gift. I don't know what it is. It's just there. Like the respect that he'll talk to you with at the time, you know,
Yeah.
is brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, my friend had sneaked into his house party once.
What?
Like, so sneaked into as in like, you know, when that whole Manna thing happens where people gather outside
Yeah.
on every 2nd November, that's his birthday, right?
Yeah.
They gather over there and like a small chunk of the population gets to go inside types. And they put like, so Shah Rukh is one of those people who puts up like a buffet counter on the ground floor promenade types, ki, like if people are there and once in the front line will be waiting for too long, so let them come inside, eat and drink a little bit. So that's how he got it. He didn't sneak in, like, he didn't like go with any irada. That's how he got it. But
Yeah.
he was like saying like how he was even there with those people. He was like, you know, thanks for coming, you know, it means a lot to me.
Man,
And I never kind of like, so for me, of course, Bollywood was like, whatever, rich people living their lives or whatever. For me, I think the entire Shah Rukh narrative changed after how he handled the whole Aryan case, right?
Yeah.
Like it was just like, how much can you punish a man for being himself? He's done nothing. That guy's done nothing
Yeah.
wrong in his entire career. But the way they tortured him, the way they came, this fucking Wankade and all these people
Yeah,
who
yeah.
got exposed eventually
Yeah.
for being a scamster or whatever. But the way he endured the entire thing and came out quieter. And when Dilip Kumar died, he just stood there. That one photo became the epitome of his identifying factor that he's the one guy that can unite this country.
yeah.
By just standing over there or doing this. As simple as that, right? So that's when my full like, oh wow, this guy is really it, you know?
Yeah.
Man, two guys, I'll tell you. One is Shah Rukh, just the way he conducts himself in front of the audience. Okay, because you have to see how you can make someone feel warm. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And the other one was Amitabh. Oh man, so I remember I did this film promotion for Pink when Pink came out, 2016, again at Umang. And Amitabh came up. And man, this guy was 72 at the time, all right? This guy has walked into the room as if he's the youngest person in the venue, and there are like 3,000 people. And it's insane. Like, I was like, man, if I want to be an artist, this is how I want to, like, this is how long I want to last.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. You know? I checked his, like, online, I wanted to see what exactly does he do to, like, just be this agile. Because at 72, some people are dying these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got that new stomach during Zanjeer, no? Then
Yeah,
it was
that
fine.
also helped.
No, but I honestly, I read some stuff and I left sugar after that, bro. Like sugar, I started taking my health more seriously. And all of that.
Yeah.
Like, it was just the influence of something like this.
I mean, Zanjeer also caused him to take way more care of himself than anybody else would, right? Like, he
Yeah.
couldn't do the partying, the drinking, the non-veg and all that jazz that you would otherwise
Yeah.
if you were a man in that position. That definitely helps. But we want to talk about you. What is this? Don't distract us with celebrities. Tell us instead about celebrity weddings that you have hosted. Have you hosted any
I did
celebrity?
one, yeah.
Which one did you do?
Vicky-Katrina.
Oh,
Wow,
the most
dude.
exclusive wedding of the season.
Boom, boom. One camera, two camera. Get more cameras. There's an exclusive scoop Varta Lab has had.
No, but it was great. Like, that's the only thing I can tell you, right? Because otherwise I have like a NDA.
You have an
frame,
NDA?
Of course. Framed in my house. But it was great. Like, it was... So, what I really liked about it was that it was so normal. It was
Right.
just that's all I can tell you. Like, it was great. It was great. The great people. And that's it. That's all I can tell you.
No, that's
you know?
fair. That's fair. Did they get in touch with you, or did like a agency get in touch? Did they have a wedding planner? I'm sure they had. A
Of
wedding
course.
planner.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
they have. I don't expect Katrina calling up people and saying, "वो जो 12 तारीख को है."
Yeah. आप देख लो, आप संभाल लो. बाकी आपके ऊपर है. Oh shit.
But-
विक्रम भाई थाली का जरा प्लीज विक्रम भाई 4,500 रुपया थाली नहीं चलेगा.
Yeah.
But basically, it all happened because of like the network that you create along the
Right.
years, right? That's what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
So, Shaadi Squad called me. Shaadi Squad was the agency. I
Right.
mean, this is all public information, so I can tell
Okay.
you. But I have to be very mindful.
Yeah,
man.
no,
like,
fair,
it's
yeah.
very tough. So they called me up and they said they didn't tell me anything. Like they said, "Are you free?"
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm
No,
free.
I'm expensive, bitch. I'm not free. I'm just kidding.
This is worse than the Joe joke, by the way.
Yeah. I do it all the time. Just until it becomes funny.
Yeah.
So this was last year. I was in Dubai and they called me up. They said, "Hey, are you free for these dates?" I said, "Yeah," and I gave the dates. And these were the only 3 dates nobody was taking. Otherwise, November, December is packed. Okay, like my November, December this year got booked last year. That way, right? So these 3 dates, for some reason, nobody was taking. It was like it was just meant to happen. And then they called me up. They said, "Oh, there's a wedding, blah blah blah. This is where it is happening. It's happening."
Was it revealed where it was?
No. So I was told a different place.
Wow.
Yeah. I was told a different place.
Bro, like nuclear secrets में इतना नहीं रहता है, पता है तेरे को?
Like Hunger Games. Like we blindfold you and you open your eyes and you're at the wedding.
Basically,
I figured out much later when they sent me the NDA.
Okay.
So the day they confirmed, they said in 2 minutes, check your mail. There's an NDA coming. Once I got the NDA, then I figured. But then I had to check what are the rumored dates, what are this. Then I came to know it was this.
Right.
Yeah.
But there was no communication. There's
Imagine even
nothing,
you have to go to spotboy.com to find out where to go.
which one I'm doing. Yeah.
Tell me the actual place.
Okay, we're going to take a very quick break and you'll hear a very nice, pleasant voice telling you all the other shows you can listen to on IVM. Or maybe by the time this airs, we'll have a sponsor. And if we don't, you could be that sponsor. Send us money. Thank you. See you on the other side.
Yeah, we give you exclusive scoop. What the fuck?
Second half, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Will it be beeped again?
No.
Sparsh, will you keep
It won't
beeping?
be.
Yeah,
It
good.
shouldn't be.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. That's the vibe of it.
Yeah.
But that's why we don't get sponsors also.
Oh, is that why? Okay. For the
yeah.
muckers, welcome back. Second half.
We should do the Flight of the Conchords thing where they're like mother uckers.
Okay.
So nobody can say.
Perfect.
So many mother uckers ucking in my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, second half. Varta Lab.
With Vishaal Rasquinha.
Yeah.
Vishal, how do you feel? Like, did you ever? Because I also have that problem where I'm like Naveen Narona, and halfway I become Naveen Arora, and I cannot roll with that.
No, I've had this problem in school. Nobody has pronounced my name right anyway. So
Yeah.
I've got Raspina, Raslina,
Rasna.
Raslila.
Rasquinha. Yeah.
So it keeps happening. Like
Yeah.
it's this thing. I was even on Bumble. The first thing they'll ask me is, "How do you pronounce your surname?" It's the sad part.
But
of
that's a
my life.
great
It's a
conversation
risky
starter.
business.
So I like to flip it and I say, "Oh, it's Portuguese." You know?
Yeah.
So
Is it? Is it?
It is,
Portuguese?
yeah.
It is. It
Narona, Rasquinha, Saldana, Aranas are all like
We're the
Portuguese
guys who
origin.
didn't get the citizenship.
Yeah,
Basically.
that's a sad part, man. That's the sad fucking part. People look at me like, "Oh, you have Portuguese features." I'm like, "Yeah, but not the passport, motherfucker. I'm stuck in Mangalore land, which is not okay. The Goans got those, and they're better off for that." Shit, mother. No, mother in
I
general.
have some friends from Goa and they've left, bro. They
They've
picked up
bounced.
their bags and bounced.
I know a bunch of people who've done that as well.
Yeah, and here we are, you know. सरबत दिल खाओगे तुम लोग इडली कर रहे हम लोग क्या है ये Dude, हम पे भी क्या हमारे पे भी अत्याचार हुआ है
हाँ, हुआ है.
हमारे भी ग्रैंडफादर चुदे Why not give us the same rights? Is what I'm saying.
Do they do idlis or sannas?
Sannas is what we do, yeah.
They basically put alcohol in it, like the toddy.
Yeah, sur.
Oh, tasty.
It's very good.
Yeah. We had some sorpatel that Naveen's mom made over the weekend, which was always
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
I always thought sorpatel was a Goan thing as well.
So
Like,
you-
I've
so-
eaten so much sorpatel in Goa.
Here's what you
we
need
make
to
it
know.
better.
Yeah, here's what you need to know about like Goa and Mangalore. Whatever Mangalore does, Goans copy. It's pretty
Yeah.
much that.
Okay.
There's nothing. So even the beach life was what Mangalore already had.
Yeah.
It just became that Goa is where people went, hippies went, and became
Yeah.
famous.
Okay.
So we're very thankful in that regard that our beaches are still pristine.
Yeah.
Very untouched, very local friendly.
Yeah.
But all these cuisines are pretty much the same, except Goans will add more coconut to it
Right.
and make it even weirder. But it's great. Zakuti is great. They mastered the
But I
Zakuti.
think like Goan sorpatel is also great, man. I've eaten so much
It's
in
more
Goa.
sour.
Man,
It is a lot more. Yeah, it hits you. It
because
hits
it's
you.
more vinegar.
Have
Yeah.
you gone to Mangalore?
Yeah.
Oh man, the food.
The food is something.
And even
yeah.
Ideal ice cream.
Ideal, pabbas.
Pabbas and Ideal. Man, I've like when I was a child, that was the earliest memory was just to go there, and that's what we'd have for lunch. Like
Right.
imagine having ice cream for
Yeah,
lunch.
gadbad. They basically
Oh,
bring
I know
this
the one.
giant-
Yeah.
So they invented the gadbad, which is
Okay.
again bastardized by everybody else in
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
But that was the birthplace of that idea of ice cream and
Of just
foods
put
and
everything
put
in
everything
one-
together and
yeah.
see what comes out.
Yeah.
And it's pretty
Gadbad
much-
and chocolate dad. That was my favorite.
Chocolate
yeah,
dad.
yeah.
Most Indians have a chocolate dad.
Whatever that.
I mean, yeah, our dads are brown, so that's why. Yeah. And if you taste them, they are milky inside. Some of them are dark chocolate, some of them are white chocolate, some of them are brown chocolate. as the only person who's had most Indian dads
No,
in the
no,
room, I think I'm allowed to say
No,
this.
no, you are completely. It's just that you say dad, I think of my dad. and it's
Daddy,
weird.
yeah. Oh yeah, shit. Akash's dad scared the shit out of me.
Why is that?
Because he's very scary. Like over the entire marriage thing, I had to remind myself that he's not my father. I can be myself. You know, I just told like he would judge me every time I'd walk past him. Like, this guy is his friend. What the fuck has he chosen
No,
in life?
he was just, my dad would smell the smoke on him.
Oh.
Yeah.
And be like, you know,
Yeah.
immediately that dad face.
Yeah. I had to be like, I was not smoking. People around me are smoking. It came on my clothes. Yeah, I was defending my honor.
Your honor.
Yeah.
No, but this happens at like so many weddings, right? So what happens is most of these Marwadi weddings, right? They
Yeah.
will not have a bar.
Yeah.
Right? They don't have a bar, but they will have a room upstairs where they're getting smashed.
Yeah.
Smashed.
Yeah.
My wedding did not have any such thing at
None of
all.
that.
There was no alcohol on campus.
Your wedding had no Marwadis also.
Yeah,
so that's
no
fine.
Marwadis as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. कारोबार बोलते हैं ना उसको.
See, I've already offended the Goans. I don't
Yeah.
think I can go beyond.
It's कारोबार. It's called the कारोबार.
The Karo bar.
I don't know what a
How
car.
do you not know? You are a wedding host. You
I
should
don't
know.
drink, so I don't know. I don't.
A bar in a car is a Karo bar.
Yeah,
but,
bar.
but there's no cars there. It's all like.
No, no,
there's-
why-
Yeah, it's a
It's still a
it's the
karo
same
bar.
thing.
it's an umbrella
Yeah.
term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will think
That's
of
what
that next
usually
time.
A
happens.
mobile bar
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah.
Basically कि कोई कहीं पे कर लेगा कुछ
But
ना
they
कुछ
get
setting.
they get very innovative with it. So now like even barats that have a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for
Bar
sure.
arts. Yeah.
There was a wedding in Surat once, some relative's wedding. The relative happens to be a cop, okay?
Oh, wow.
And there's a wedding is going on inside, and in the side room, obviously, is the karobar room, okay? And dry state, obviously. Cops come, burst into the thing, ground everybody up,
Yeah.
and like, fucking let's go. You know what I mean? And they're like, we're going. And they're like, fuck you, we're not going. Dude, do you know whose wedding it is? Types,
Yeah,
you know, like,
yeah.
he's one of yours types, you know.
Yeah.
So they're like, nay, nothing doing. We don't care whose wedding it is. Everything this thing. And they are literally, they take them out to make a show. They make them walk through where the mandap is.
The walk of shame. Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
man.
Ki police aaya tha. Like, it's a very embarrassing thing for any family to have to go through. And obviously both sides are involved in this backroom business.
Yeah.
So, जा रहे वो लोग और मंडप पे खड़े होके my uncle is like like he's doing the round.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's going, hey, ruko. And the cops is, oh. And then they disperse. It was too much fun.
It's like crowd में disperse हो जाओ. And then I was like, ah, swaha. Oh shit. Dude.
About to happen, dude. What was the most, have you done any like really off the hook weddings? Like, was there any wedding with bungee jumping? No, because rich people go crazy with
they
weddings.
can do
Yeah.
anything. They
Or
can do
as
anything.
Vinay
There was a-
Sharma
there was-
puts it, bungee
there
humping.
was a wedding I did once where they flew 800 people from Kolkata to China.
Whoa.
To China. It's very weird, very weird
Yeah.
to do it in China, but China's really pretty. Okay, I was there for like one night, but it is very weird place, man. Like I don't know what to say about this place. It's very weird.
Where in
Because
China was it?
Kunming. So it's not even like a global city. It's just
Yeah.
like 2 hours away from Kolkata. It's like a jump. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's where they shot like the new Kung Fu Kid.
Yeah?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just like saying anything. They're like, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so weird because your phone doesn't work. There's no Google. All the things that all the things that you want to do, it's not there. Right?
Yeah.
Instagram bhi nahi.
They have their own
kuch bhi
thing.
nahi,
They
haan.
have their own social media.
They've
own
hired like local translators for people to just like move around and like speak to each other and figure this stuff out because you can't talk to the receptionist also.
Yeah.
It's really weird. So that was really weird. That was a very bizarre function that I did. Apart from that, so there are a lot of these weddings, you know, where they'll take them to Thailand, okay, and then take them to Hua Hin or Rayong or these places. And I happened to ask, I was just like, you know, why are these properties so far away? Because there's nothing around. And they're like, yeah, because then otherwise no one will attend the wedding.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, they all want the lead massages. Is that what you're saying?
There'll be so much debauchery that nobody will turn up for the thing.
No, it's not about debauchery also. It's just about like basic sightseeing or shopping. You know,
Let's call it what it is.
But I like, I like where your mind went. But,
Yeah.
but
And now too they have legalized marijuana also. Like I'm to definitely
Edibles.
man,
Not
what?
smoking.
no smoking.
Yeah,
Smoking
no
also, Baba.
smoking.
Smoking.
When smoking?
My friend just
Smoking,
went
smoking,
there.
yeah.
And smoking is...
Yeah.
We picked the wrong place for our honeymoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reconsider
Man,
your
I've been
lives.
asking my brother to come with me to Thailand like for years now. The day it got legalized, he's going in November.
Yeah.
He's like, chalo, let's go.
Yeah, but it's legal there. That's why we're going, you know. Like, I mean, it's written in our Veds and now it's legal in Thailand. So, you know.
It'll slowly come here. usually what happens is
हम
whatever.
पतंजलि का खेत लग जाए ना एक बारी फिर
Yeah,
लीगल हो
yeah.
जाएगा. मैं तुम लोग को पत्थर पे लिख के दे रहा है, कोई मानता, सब हंसता है ऐसा बैकग्राउंड में बैठ के मेरे पे.
When they
हाँ,
say-
मैं
लेकिन
मजाक
but
नहीं कर
he's
रहा
one
है.
of those people who said ना जाके कि
वही
I
मैं
would
कह
want
रहा
to
हूँ,
legalize it
वही मैं
करके.
कह रहा हूँ. वो उसी का राह देख रहे हैं, उसका फैक्ट्री विक्ट्री बन जाए, सब हेम्प सीड का
Yeah.
फिर भाई
He'll
पेल के
have to
बेचेंगे.
to basically overturn some other Dalit Bahujan's life to get a field there.
You don't know that. But yeah.
There's literally a news right now of the similar
Yeah?
thing that he's done this.
Oh.
Yeah, they actually like took over an entire Dalit plantation
Whoa.
and threw them out just for his plantation while fighting several court cases about the Covishield or whatever they were making.
हाँ.
It's a tricky area.
Something,
Yeah.
oh man.
But it's already legal in India. Like
Kovi
it's,
urine.
it's legal for medical purposes. Like you can get a prescription
Yeah.
and you can get marijuana ka goli.
My friend introduced me to this thing called Canapane, which is
Yeah,
just like
Canaron and Canapane,
yeah,
yeah.
it's made a straight up like medicine which is cannabis induced.
It'll come.
It's a
It'll
small
come,
It will
Yes.
happen. Yeah,
It'll
yeah.
happen,
It will
yeah.
happen. But it's in terms of like weird. There was a wedding once I remember where they organized water sports for everyone. Or they just
Wow.
they'll just do this stuff. Like it's
Yeah.
great, you know. And
Yeah.
I get the appeal behind it because otherwise you take all these people there and there's like you see okay you go there you see the sangeet but that's the sangeet you can see here also.
But that's the weird thing for me, right? Like in the sense ki like I'm calling somebody to my wedding to celebrate in my joy and now I have to keep them entertained all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Like I thought my joy was enough.
No, clearly no.
Even like in my wedding, we had made a little booklet, you know, for the schedule and all of that jazz. And in the last page was things to do, you know, like around. And I was like, what do you mean things to do around? Just shut the fuck up, be happy you're here.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
I mean, so some people think of it as a sweet gesture. Some people, I don't know. But the thing was, like in Abu Dhabi once, I was at a wedding at the Emirates Palace, and one afternoon, I think was just there was some time between two functions. They organized two buses and they took people because there are a lot of people who very rarely get out of the country.
Fair.
So it's for
Yeah.
them. You
Right,
know?
right.
It's for them.
Yeah, destination weddings are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have never gone out of country for a wedding, but I remember the closest it came to a Sonali Takkar's wedding.
Yeah.
One of our favorite friends in comics and has also been on the show. Sonali's wedding was in Mud. Okay, so like it's like in the retreat, little far away from mainland. It was not international. Stop laughing at me.
No, no.
I
I just
live
feel
in-
bad that I missed it.
I live in Malad, so
Yeah.
it was just next door.
No, the story's building up to something. Wait.
Okay.
So then like the hotel's beautiful, man. Like Abhi and I, first of all, we went there and they were like, "There's a twin bedroom for you too." I'm like, "Fuck this shit right now." As a gay couple, we want a fucking queen bedroom. And I remember like the receptionist face was like, "Oh, you two want one bed?" I'm like, "Yeah." Okay, we are queens, whatever. So they gave us a key and we went and everything. And then like first day of ritual happened, the mehndi happened, we got mehndi, danced and everything. Second day was the main wedding day where by evening they do the fairas. But morning there was some rasam happening which we were not supposed to be there for. It's on the calendar. They're like, you all can all chill over in the hotel at this time, just like do whatever. So Abhi and I were like, okay, let's go to the pool because empty and everybody will be doing their own shit. We'll go in the pool and have a pool to ourselves type. There was a little hot tub in the corner, all of that. So we are doing that. And now the main family starts walking out towards the mandap area. Okay. So it's just two us fat boys in the pool. The camera guys, the recording, them walking towards it. And I'm sinking slower in the pool. So I don't have to be like in that frame. Because I'm just like naked while they're all decked up. They're all in makeup and sarees and all.
Yeah.
Like they're taking some katori with like, I don't know, I shouldn't call it that. Something with,
function is happening.
Something is
Yeah.
happening and I don't know what's happening, but
Yeah.
they're all decked up. And we are just like there. It was so embarrassing though.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We had, I think the one thing, the most worth it thing from our wedding was the getting a good photographer.
Yeah.
Like it was just worth every single penny, and everyone in my family was like, "This is overpriced. It's overpriced. It's
Who
overpriced."
shot your wedding?
Cheesecake Project,
I love them. Man.
right? And
Yeah.
and right up till the point that the first photos came, everyone was like, "We wasted the money on the photos. We wasted the money on the photos." And they saw the first photo and they were like, "Oh my god! Like this is the best." Because my mom's idea is Deepak photographer, right? Like it's like
Yeah.
Deepak was there when we opened our office. Deepak was there when we had to shoot a catalog. Deepak will shoot the wedding. But Deepak does not know how to shoot a wedding.
So
Yeah.
the observation I have here is because I've seen people from this, like there are photographers that are coming out from Baroda, from Kerala, from all these places because I meet them at these wedding sutra
Right.
events and all of that. And I've had the opportunity to talk to some of them on my podcast, also
Yeah.
small plug.
So we were just gonna get into that right at the end.
Yeah.
So when I talked to them, right, I was speaking to Siddharth Sharma, who's the owner of House on the Cloud. They're the guys who eventually shot Ranbir and Alia's wedding.
Right.
Man, these guys have a different eye for art itself. Like, I
Yeah.
don't even know what it is. Because they're not making wedding films anymore then. They're just
Yeah.
making movies.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
you,
they are,
right?
they are, yeah.
And these movies don't have like red cameras and all. They're doing it with like simple cameras.
Yeah.
But there will be a drone around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, now some people don't allow drones anymore.
That's good.
Yeah.
We didn't have a drone for us.
So everybody's just like, ah. this.
So what I feel is that at least our Indian wedding photography scene is much better than anyone in the world.
Oh,
right
hands down.
now. In the world right
Hands
now.
down.
A lot of
And not
practice also
just
they get.
no, but also not just like on a taking great photographs POV. Also on like a talking to your family.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean? Like the first thing Stuti told us was like, listen, you've booked us, but we know that we are not yours. We're like for the family. So they were like in touch with all the family, gave numbers, send links, sweet with everybody. For my end of the family, they got somebody who speaks Gujarati to be around so that he could talk to all the old people and give like, you know, instructions and aisa kar do, vaisa kar do. So that level of detail.
Yeah.
And the proof of the pudding is when you get photographs at the end of the day as opposed to having to wait for 3 months.
Correct.
You
So
know?
that's
Yeah, dude.
that's what I learned, right?
Yeah.
Because eventually I figured that what families actually want is this ultra level of personalization that, hey, you know, like you're doing our wedding, but you know, you're doing like, we want you to be a part of us. So what I like, even today, every wedding that I pick up, I work on them for about 6-7 months. You know, so they start like, I'm like at present, the weddings I'm working on are for February. You know, we'll sit. So I have these detailed discussions about their stories, about their, you know, everything. Like I will know everything and things that are not supposed to be said also. You know, things that maybe there are family fights happening, so you don't go near that. So you have that kind of detail, you know, that gets, so every proper wedding vendor, right, you'll find them like this only. Some of them are unbelievable, bro. Like I remember Vishaal Punjabi, the wedding filmer. Oh man, the guy is like he's something else only. You know, he was the first one who said, why should we use normal regular songs? Let's make our own music. So he started making his own music, bro. Like he has a song with Harshdeep Kaur. It's unbelievable.
Nice.
You know,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm tired of the Kenny G intros. Just in general everywhere. You know, khana kha rahe ho log.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
But that's one thing I'm very excited about. Like I have all the footage from my wedding. I'm just gonna keep making cuts. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna do a diamond.
Reels. Put one every day.
Nothing. That's the thing. Like everyone expects me to release footage from the wedding, which I am deaf. Like, and we even wore collar mics, like at the mandap and at the reception. But like, I don't want to really. It's not for YouTube. You know what I mean?
so what I feel is, no, you should organize a screening. Do
yeah,
that.
that's the plan.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
plan.
It's
Absolutely.
it's a very
Of
good
the key
bond.
characters.
yeah, of the key characters.
Yeah.
Like it's a nice bonding moment, no? At the end of it,
Absolutely.
you just have a screening.
Yeah.
Like some of my friends or clients who got married, what I do is, the only thing that you can do is, and I'm talking about like screening in like a proper screening, you know, then you book Soho and you kind of do something there,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
something.
Mildly औकात के बाहर, but कहीं पे तो मिल जाएगा projector.
Yeah, but whatever. Like, see, whatever works. The idea is to screen it, you know, just like, hey, this is a part that it's great, bro.
Yeah.
Like, really. Like, Indian photography, videography in this country is, and they're so drastically different, right? Because I've met people in Kolkata, Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, even the South, some places. I met this guy in Baroda, bro. This guy is doing fashion shoots in Dubai right now. And he's from Baroda, bro.
Dude,
you know?
will be surprised at the cool things coming out of Baroda.
Exactly my point, right? And one of my biggest markets now is Baroda.
Yeah.
You know? I love it. Like the great people there.
Yeah.
You know?
All the late 20s boys and girls who went to Navrachna are getting married.
And DPS.
Yeah.
Baroda is cool.
Yeah. But hey, tell us more about the podcast, because I remember like 2 years ago you had called me and you were like, मेरे को podcast करने का है, क्या करना चाहिए, कैसे करना चाहिए, and I was like, कर तू अपने आप से, अच्छा रहेगा. And he did it also, and you were trending and all, dude, on Apple Podcasts. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So the idea was just
What's it called? Start with
behind the Shaadi.
that. Yes.
Yeah. So the idea was very simple. The idea was, hey, you know, you've got all these people doing weddings for you. You don't know anything about them at all. But the idea was to get only the super luxury vendors, you know, the guys who are like unattainable but aspirational, you know, you get them on board, because that's how you can really push it forward.
Yeah.
And like Bryden and Parth.
Yeah.
Have you heard of them before?
I've heard of them.
You've heard of them, right?
Yeah.
So Bryden and Parth were basically...
Are they the made in heaven guys?
No. So Bryden and Parth were basically Raghu Dikshit's guitarist and flautist. Yeah, they're from Bangalore. Okay. They went back to Bangalore and today they have one of India's most successful wedding bands ever. They're unreal, bro. Like they're unreal. And if you see their act, right, they're a 5-piece plus 8 or 9 people on a choir. It's
Lovely.
Brilliant. And they do Bollywood music in their own way. It's so good, bro.
Yeah.
So stories like this is what I was talking about.
Yeah.
You know? And the reason this band was created, why? Because they used to be room partners. They discussed it one day. They said, hey, let's branch out. And then that's what they did.
Lovely.
Yeah, but then in general, I feel like if anybody wants to capitalize on Indians and their emotions, there's two major avenues. One is weddings, and the other is opening a school of some sort, because there are always kids wanting to go to school.
Yeah.
But then the wedding thing is, I've noticed, like, if I just stuck around in there, I would have done better for my life.
Yeah.
It was just like what you were saying, right? Like, the reason I left this industry is because, like, I realize more and more that I'm homosexual, who'll never have these privileges that they have. You know, when like a straight couple, like, I would do the same thing, go to a club, whatever, like 8 months before the wedding day, sit with them, talk to them, make notes, what they want, what are their likes and everything, how they met and everything. And there will be a part of me like, I'll never celebrate this. I'll never get this joy of doing all of these things with my partner.
Yeah.
So kind of like, fuck
But you
this a
don't
little
need to
bit.
do it in India. You know what I mean? Like, you can still go and get
So
married elsewhere.
There was a very concrete decision for me to like not want to be around that kind of heteronormative thrown in my face, sort of, for me to walk away. And then comedy happened.
No, but I
whatever.
really want to do a same-sex wedding once.
Yeah.
You know, I really like.
You might just do mine if you ever get lucky.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, a friend of mine just played one in New York.
Yeah.
You know, and they had a barat on road.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Oh,
crazy.
wow.
Yeah.
That must have been a fucking pain to get permissions for a barat in New York, dude.
Yeah. Do you know DJ AJ by any chance?
Yeah. DJ AJ. I know this.
From where?
No, I know this from you only.
So basically, so DJ AJ, okay, is one of India's biggest wedding DJs.
Right.
Okay. So he just played Farhan's wedding and Ranbir's wedding in the house. You know, and he's unreal, bro. Like right now, I think he's in New York. Then he goes to London. And he's doing Indian weddings. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, so the thing is, it's such a big scene, but nobody knows enough.
Yeah.
So that was where the idea came from.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why not talk about this?
Yeah, absolutely.
True, yeah.
So what we did was we said, hey, I don't want to put too much competition on the season. I said, we'll do one season, we'll do one planner, one musician, one this. So different. So one makeup artist or whatever.
Yeah.
Get different genres together and that's your season and push it out. Because I can't do this regularly.
Yeah, absolutely.
This thing. So I started off first. I came to you, I remember. I said, how do I set up a podcast? Because I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know. So basically all of this. And then after that, I sort of figured it out. Hey, this is what you could do. And, you know, it made sense. You know, but it started from a bedroom, bro. Like I was having these conversations there while my mother's screaming in the kitchen. You know, it's great.
Yeah.
And then it just happened on Apple. Like it just one day I woke up and I saw my views go from like nothing to like thousands. And I was like, what the hell is happening here? And you know, I mean, who am I talking to? You guys have bigger views than mine. But
No.
I doubt it.
We have never trended on Apple for sure.
Yeah, that's for
have
sure.
We got one little
like
We got one mention by Apple once.
by Google actually.
Yeah.
When Google Podcast launched in India, they used our show promo as like Google Podcast now in India. And you're like, yay.
like my biggest moment was I was trending above Jay Shetty. So I was very happy.
Good only.
Good only.
Should
Yeah.
also.
I was very happy.
Yeah.
You know, I was I think only below a Mahabharata podcast. So then I said
That's
I
also
figured
fair.
I
That's
couldn't
fair.
I couldn't
That's
beat
fair.
that.
You should. Yeah, you shouldn't
couldn't.
also.
Yeah, I
You
shouldn't.
shouldn't also.
You do your karam. Don't worry about the results. On that note, we should wind up this episode. Vishal, it was so much fun, man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, man.
We'll have you on soon if we ever want you.
Just a final question.
Yeah.
Are you a Sorpatel dude or a Vindaloo dude?
I'm a Sorpatel dude, hands down.
Hands down.
Vindaloo has very big chunks of pork.
I like that though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't not like it, but on certain days it's just easier to have the blood and the pork kind of amalgamate. And
I
make
agree that,
Yeah.
especially when it's with pav, because the pav will soak everything up very
yeah,
nicely.
and then the ginger and the onion also melt.
Yeah.
It all becomes one little melody of a
But you know that
Mouth
other thing,
watering.
Vindaloo, then there's one more thing. X se jo hota hai.
Zakuti.
Zakuti is also a fucking blast, dude.
Yeah,
Like, I'm a big
but
fan of
Zakuti is best with
also.
chicken, I feel.
That's true. That's
yeah.
true. That's
Otherwise
true.
it becomes a mushy mess.
Yeah, that's true. I've
Yeah.
never had pork zakuti. I've only had chicken zakuti.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I don't eat
Kurgi
meat.
pork also.
Kurgi is the
That is
That's
the
the
best.
it's
thing,
like
huh?
it's like black pork.
That's the
Beautiful.
big deal that is.
Bro,
Yeah.
that is something else only. That's
I went
masala
to-
also.
I went to
Yeah.
Kurg and I went with somebody who didn't eat pork, and then I couldn't eat.
Fucking these
the-
people, man. Why
these
do
people,
they
man.
exist and all?
That's why they're in the past and not in the present. You know?
Exactly.
Couldn't cut it.
We'll go to the future together.
Hey, if you're listening to this, please make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all of us.
Yeah, make us
is
trend.
Naveen is House of Nurana. I am Kuch Bhi Mehta, and Vishal, you are
The VR family.
the VR family. That's right, my
I
father.
got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get it?
Thanks, you guys. See you next
Thanks.
week.